Am I the asshole for ditching guy at music festival? I was dating a guy for about 6 weeks, at certain points tumultuous during that time. I had planned to go to a music festival with my friends in Napa independently. The day before, he said he got a last-minute ticket with some friends and asked if he could stay with me. I said, okay. The day of the concert we were in touch, and I was excited for him to meet my friends. I told him where we were camped out at the festival so he could join, but he stuck with him friends and never met up with us. Fast forward 6-7 hours. Still has not tried to find us. During the very last performer it was dark and cold at this point. He finally texts that he wants to meet up. At this point some of my friends had already left, they had given up on meeting this guy and the rest of us were getting ready to leave. I texted back saying to just stick with his friends. I was pissed at this point and felt like he had no interest in actually hanging out and solely using me for a place to crash. I didn't want to even see him at this point, let alone spend the night together. He immediately responds saying he needs a place to stay and he can't stay with his friends, and that he was confused. The concert is a bit over an hour drive from where we live, so worst case scenario it's an Uber back. TLDR ditched a guy at music festival after he ignored me all day, leaving him with his friends without a ride back 1 hour away from home. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. He wanted to use you for a place to crash and that's it. Not the asshole. He was just trying to use you for a free ride, free accommodations, and maybe a no. If he had good intentions and was a good person, he would have tried meeting up with you over the course of several hours. Someone who is over 30 should be able to do better. Red flags here. Run. Going against the grain and saying not the asshole. I would expect someone I'm dating to actually spend time with me at the same festival we're attending, especially if we're going to stay with each other for the night. It's rude to just blow off your significant other and use them for housing. Not the asshole. After reading your comments, yes, there should have been more communication, and honestly both of you are too old for this level of just want to crash with you instead of hang out with you. All that said, if it's a 6-week-old relationship, you owe him the exact same courtesy he gave you, which is absolutely nothing. Dump the leech and move on. Info. Was he ever aware of the plan to meet your friends? Or was this just wishful thinking on your part? Info. Did he ask you to crash at your place? Or did he ask to come to the festival with you? If he asked to crash with you at your place and you ditched him without letting him stay there, you're the asshole. If he asked as if wanting to go to the festival with you and he ditched you, not the asshole. I have a feeling he may have asked the former and you felt they asked the latter. This is kind of hard. He said he got with some friends and only asked if he could stay with you. Was there a prior discussion to meet up at the festival? Or was this something you hoped to have happened? If there was no agreement before, then you're the asshole. And if there was, you're not the asshole. But we need more background here. People in their early 30s going to a music festival and fighting LMFAO. This belongs on the teenagers sub. I can't tell if he was dragging ass when you wanted leave or if this was just you being petty at feeling ditched. Otherwise maybe I can understand maybe the two of you weren't very clear and had different ideas of what the plans were. But if he was taking too long to get to you and you had to leave, then not the asshole. If you just left BC, you were mad, you're the asshole. Not the asshole. Don't move heaven and earth for someone who can't be bothered to cross the street for you. If he was with his pals all day, let them take him home. I mean, seriously. Why could he not go home the same way he got there? It's not like Scotty beamed him up to the music festival. Let whoever brought him there bring him back. I'm glad he's an ex. As a frequent festival goer, I could see myself taking acid and then getting so fucked up distracted by everything going on around me that I forget to even glance at my phone. But if that happened, by the end of the night when I finally hit you up, I would be profusely apologizing and explaining exactly what happened. To just hit you up like everything is all good definitely makes it seem like he's just using you for a place to crash. Not the asshole. You're the asshole. He asked for a place to stay, not to go to the music festival with you. He had his own plans with his own friends. As did you. There shouldn't have been any conflict here. You expecting him to ditch his friends is totally hypocritical because you yourself weren't excited to meet his friends or trying to find them. You're not the main character. This is not how relationships or reality work. Soft, you're the asshole if you didn't tell him your expectations. People have different views of what's appropriate. Overbearing. Too much. Etc. You should have said something before committing. I'll be with my friends all day. But it would be great if we could hang out and for you to meet them. When do you think would be a good time for us to merge groups a bit? Haha. Not the asshole had the same thing happen and wished I left him in hindsight tbh. You're the asshole. He never asked to be included in your festival plans. He asked you if he could crash with you, to which you said yes and afterward made your own plans in your head without telling him your expectations. Meeting for the first time friends is usually something discussed about which you didn't and just expected him to know that you wanted him to after the fact. He is not someone who has known you for a long time at the beginning of relationships. Expectations have to be communicated to the other party. Stop playing it like human decency when you didn't know how to express your wishes. Not the asshole. I'm so tired of people on Reddit preaching communication when I'm sure they don't know how to do that in real life. He could have met up with you at some point instead of directly at the end. This is his fault. It seems like you're the asshole. Did you ever express to him that you'd like for him to meet your friends? It seems like it was clearly expressed that you would be spending the day with your friends and he would be spending the day with his. A simple "hey, let's meet up so you can meet my friends" would have done it. Instead, he's confused because he has no idea what he did wrong. Perhaps just speak up and don't assume. You're the asshole unless you specifically agreed to hang out together. Your post says that you were going with friends. He was going with friends. And he was staying at yours afterwards. That seems a pretty clear-cut situation to me. I guess it might have been fun to meet up at some point, but it seems unfair to decide that your prior agreement hinges on that happening, without doing anything except dropping a few hints. You're the asshole. You should have told him you wanted him to meet your friends. He asked if he could crash with you. You said yes. If you wanted to spend the festival together, you should have said that. Instead, you got mad over something he wasn't aware of and left him stranded. You're the asshole. The day before, he said he got a last-minute ticket with some friends and asked if he could stay with me. I said, okay. He didn't ask, can I hang out with you and then stay with you?